Alright, welcome back everybody. So today I want to do the startup guide for whenever I start a playthrough. I've googled this before and couldn't exactly find what I was looking for. The average startup guide is basically just to turn in some quests, and that's about it. You start the game with approximately 5-ish thousand gold, and that's great. And you can double down on this by looking at Absolute Zero's expert playthrough. And a lot of what I know comes from that. He is the resident expert on Might Magic 6. So this takes some ideas from there and then extends them just a little bit. I'll have a total time to know how long this takes, and I'll drop that at the end. But this setup will result in mostly high-level gear, if not a full, late mid-game to early late game set of gear, a few 100,000 gold or more, and then level 22. So we're going to take a base party, as basic as it gets. Now I'm going to do a few things, and then modify this as you need to. For 4 nights, it's still relatively possible, just not quite as easy. But we're going to take a basic party. So this is on the assumption that you have, at minimum, 1 air magic user, 1 water magic user, and what that means is if you have 1 elemental caster, that being the archer, druid, and sorcerer, that is the bare minimum for this run. Once again, it can be done without anything. It can be done with 4 nights, it can be done with 1 night. But that's how we're going to do it. So the first thing, we're just going to drop a bunch of skill points, just kind of all over the place. Not much of this is honestly going to matter for right now. And 1 more. And a little bit more endurance would just make this a little bit easier. And take your speed. There we go. So for the paladin, I want to give him chain and a shield. That's going to become relevant a little later on. The archer already has bow, doesn't have a melee ability. It defaults to axe, but we're going to be going with sword and leather. Once again, that'll become relevant later on, even though an archer will end up using chainmail. Or maybe it's plate, I don't remember. For the cleric, the important part here is going to be shield and leather again. They will use a shield later on, but the leather is irrelevant as soon as you get chainmail. But it doesn't matter here. We already have air magic, so that's good. And this won't be a terribly popular opinion, but it doesn't waste as much gold as you would think, and it only takes about 5 horseshoes. So that's an acceptable loss, in my opinion. But we're going to take water, that's very important, and leather. It's going to be the most useful in a little bit. So this is the basic setup that we have, and from here, we're going to go ahead and start the game, and as quickly as possible, I have a 4-page list of things that we're going to hit to get the game started. So let's go. Alright, so here we are in the game. We won't be needing almost any of what we have, but the first thing on the list is these 2 horseshoes, and we turn this quest in. just like that. And we go directly to Iron Fist. Now from here, we have to go and get that 5,000 gold that everybody loves so much. It's way, way up here. With that 5,000 gold, we're going to be able to get started with everything that we're supposed to be working on. So the letter, that's 5,000. We start with that 6,000 gold. And we are going to take this quest. Crusaders is not important right now. Alright, and now for the part that's a little bit less fun, but we're about to sell most of our gear. We don't need almost any of this, and in fact it's going to effectively just weigh us down. So if these rings aren't doing anything, they have to go. Same with all of the gear. It's useful, so we'll keep it.
Okay.
More stuff that's useless. 1 poison resistance is better than actually nothing.
Good show.
Oh, and these maces, clubs, we don't need those. But that'll free up the maximum amount of space. So all that's gone, plus those rings, just like that. Alright, next on the list, we need to find a Wind Master. Well, actually, super easy. You can save scum if necessary. This time it just simply wasn't. So, pretty simple. Alright. Got 2 more horseshoes to grab over here. 1 and 2, meaning 3 and 4. Now I can pick this guy up. The main thing here is plate, bow, chain, because why not? But bow is the most important one. And now from here, we're going to fly. We don't have to talk to the seer right now for the pilgrimage. The very first one, which is Bootleg Bay, its might, is completely free. You can just pick it up. And we also want to go ahead and get a save. Use the All Nights run. Yeah. All Night. Startup guide. Just like that. Alright. Well, some bad luck there, but that's okay. And we can go ahead and grab all these things. They won't really matter. Also, we don't have any potions, which is strange, but okay. I usually start with potions. Either which way, next on the list is the obelisk. And we continue to the west. These chests here are completely optional. You really don't need them. But there's no harm in grabbing just a little bit extra. It'll make the numbers look better at the very end. There we go. Now here we have a few things to do. Firstly, we need to grab some food. Because we still have a little bit more traveling to do. Secondly, is the obelisk, which is here. See if we can just kind of grab that from this distance. There we go. We're pretty much certainly guaranteed to get cursed. Yeah, sure enough. But that's okay. It doesn't matter for right now. Now we continue to the west. Northwest, that is. There's horseshoes 5 and 6 right here. 1 and 2. Did we get them? We got them. And right here. So this part's a little bit dangerous, but we're going to get an autosave. We need the obelisk. There we go. And grab that obelisk. Now the second thing on the list is the Shrine of the Gods. That's the very second thing you're going to want to do, because everybody has to be alive for that, but not everybody needs to be alive for the rest of this. Also, the dragon is going to destroy us. Oh, we're fine. There we go. So now we have that, and we go ahead and save here. Don't get killed by all the dragons. Alright. So we'll get another safe save. There's a few safe areas around here. Right here is good enough. We'll take that. And there are 5 chests on this map that we want. This is the most dangerous one. Eek, that didn't go well. But that's why I have a save. Where is it? Alright, let's try that one more time. That's okay. As long as one person is still alive, that's all that really matters. Electricity has some bad luck. There we go. And some helmets. Now, out the gate, we don't know what any of these things do, but we can equip them, and that's going to keep it out of our inventory. And that's the reason that we sold all of our gear.
I don't know.
We don't know what any of this stuff does. We can just throw it on and call that a day. You can hold the sword, the amulet, that thing, and there you go. So now we have to run. Normally we don't immediately get destroyed like that, but I can still work with this. So there we go. Those two are the important chests. These are still important and basically mandatory, but they have a little bit less good loot. There we go. You can hold this shield. You can hold that, that, and that ring. I don't know what any of those items do yet, but we'll find out eventually. Get another save real fast. Right here. Dodge everything. And same as before. You touch them, fly up real fast, and as long as it's not electricity, you're just fine. Let's see, that shield's a little bit bigger. You can hold this bow and these items. And we continue. So that's 2 of the chests, and as you can see, we've already gotten a lot of pretty significant late game-ish type loot. It's way better than the wooden shields and the long swords that we would have. So even at this point, we're still up. One more save. It's electricity. But that is the point for the save. Frost. I'm okay with that. Put that on. You can wear these things. And that's going to keep our inventory pretty clean. The amount of gear that you can wear, it's a lot. But now the reason Actually, I think we're in the... Yep, we are. Oh, yep, there we go. The reason that we didn't want to hire a gate master yet is because this gate master exists. And of all that gold that we found along the way, we would have lost 20% of it. So we're going to take this guy with us and get a save. And we're going to do effectively the same thing to the 2 chests in Hermit's Isle. This gets dicey very fast though. Alright, just don't get hit by anything. Oh wow, survived. And we missed the oh. Try that again. And we're going to do pretty much the same thing to Hermit's Isle. Oh boy. There we go. Just like that. Now, one of these chests is trapped, the other isn't. There we go. Take all that gold, throw that on, and I don't think anybody else can use a shield. You can wear that leather.
I don't know.
Oh look, we already found a relic. And you can wear the relic for now. Nobody has spear, but that's okay. Now before we leave this area, there's one more thing to do. We have to go grab the obelisk, which is right here. There we go. And we can leave this area. And now our next objective, we travel to Freehaven. First things first, we want to go ahead and grab these horseshoes. It should be 7 and 8, plus the horseshoes over here. 9 and 10. Now the one complication we have is that our party is dead. We can fix that pretty easy though. Alright, let's see here. I think the Water Guild was this
Greetings
one.
and salutations.
Nope.
Greetings and salutations.
There we go.
Thank you.
Water Guild. If we find a Wind Master laying around, that would be fantastic. So we'd be one step ahead, but it's not such a big deal. They're here at the Water Guild. We need Lloyd's Beacon. There you go. Unfortunately, our water guy is dead right now. So a small hiccup, but we can work through that. So we also need to go ahead and grab the Cavalier quest and the obelisk. Normally I would do these in a slightly different order, but I think it's gonna be okay. So there's the obelisk. And there is the Cavalier quest. So now we gotta go find our... Well, firstly, I gotta get back to town, but then we need to go ahead and find a heal master. And there's our master healer. So we can go ahead and get rid of this gate master.
Greetings and salutations.
Take them on, heal up the party, and immediately drop him. because we have another gate master right over here that we can go ahead and take.
Greetings.
And she give us access to that. Let's keep traveling to the east, and eventually we'll wind up in Bootleg Bay. There we go. Now here we still have a few more things to do. We need to grab the pilgrimage, the obelisk, and put down one beacon. So first things first. All the way up here to the north, there we have a might shrine. And then on the very, very other end of the map, we have the obelisk. If you're incredibly ballsy, you're welcome to try to go ahead and grab the chalice now. It's not recommended and not terribly easy, but if you want to try to pull it off, enough save scumming will probably get you there. Also, we aren't able to grab the bones right now because we would get destroyed immediately, but once again, if you're willing to save scum that much, it's viable. So here's one optional chest. Well, it didn't work so well, but we still take it. Inventories are still pretty clean. And you don't have shield. But what we're here for is the obelisk. Alright. So now, grab that Lloyd's beacon.
Yes.
Way over here. We want to go ahead and drop 5 onto him. And then also 5 onto her. And what that's going to let us do is get our water magic up and our air magic. So now, set this beacon, go to mist, and now we have to grab the quest, otherwise Drink from the Fountain won't do anything. That's fine. Wizards. And we recall. Just like that. So now, unfortunately, we do have to burn one day. So the end's right here. Alright. So here we have a couple more things to do. Firstly, we want to pick up this quest.
Hi.
And we'll just carry these around for a little while with us. And we fly off this way. The Deck of Fate is more or less optional, but we're going to take it. What we're really interested in is that chest. There we go. And we don't have anybody to hold that, but we can hold these items. And we're about to make a little bit of a roundabout style loop. There's one more chest over here, one on the other side of this mountain, and one more in the southeast. So we can take all that.
I don't know.
Let's hang on to that for a second. And throw all that gear on. Continuing. One more chest over here. There we go. Some more stuff we can just throw on for right now. Nothing terribly important.
I don't know.
Some leather armor. Likely to be good, but not for this exact second. So we're gonna grab this one. This is still kind of Dragon Sands, the region. Not so much the map, but we still take those. Now just throw all that stuff where we can put it. And we're off to grab the obelisk for here. There we go. And we're good with that area. So now we can fly pretty much directly north. And directly north of here, there's one more chest. I don't typically come to this area for almost anything, but it's more free stuff, so there's no harm in it. Who isn't wearing a glove? Well, we all got gloves. And the rest of this can just kind of get thrown wherever we can put it.
Good as new.
That club is worthless. And we're off to the west. Now, there's 3 chests here. We can only actually get 2 right now. Pop a save. We're probably gonna die. Yeah, that happens. But we can take these things. Keep just stashing stuff wherever we can fit it. I'm a little bit tight in this inventory. Yeah, a little bit. We'll make it work. So that's the first chest. Secondly, the obelisk, which is not optional. The obelisks are all very important, and getting them at effectively level 1, I would call that a pretty big deal. It's a great way to start the game and does not have to worry about almost anything ever. Oh shoot. That's unfortunate. So let's get a save. Good RNG there.
I don't know.
And another sword. Alright. But now we can just leave here. And we're off to Silver Cove. Nice. Now here in Silver Cove, we still have a little bit of fly left. So the very first thing to do is grab the obelisk. And then we're going to come back. The obelisk should be there. Right behind those scary gargoyles. Just like that. And we return to town. So, here are the next horseshoes. And we can go ahead and get our guys healed up just right fast. Now it's not Wednesday, but we're gonna go ahead and burn those 2 days. It's gonna cost a little bit of money, but it'll be okay. Now it's Tuesday. And Wednesday, perfect. That's going to take us to the North Isle. Here, don't have a ton of things that need to be done. There are 2 chests and an obelisk, and frankly, these chests are pretty optional. Yeah, the loot in here, it's not It's not crazy, but even still, you know, extra couple thousand gold never hurts. The second chest is way over on the other side. Nice.
I don't know.
Yeah, that's some real bad RNG. Nothing in there. Let me grab this. And so now we're off to Whitecap. Once again, we have just a couple things to do here. First things first, horseshoes. It's like level ups. Secondly is the obelisk, and then we pick up 2 quests. First one, End Winter, super important because it's a super easy quest. There's the obelisk, and we're gonna get cursed again, but that's not a big deal. And we gotta come way over here to pick up the priest quest. And we have just enough time to continue to the west. Fly, and the first thing we do, End Winter, which is right there. There we go. Need a strong miracle, claim responsibility, all those cool things. Now this chest is a little more high level and is worth our time. Generally. There we
I
go.
don't know.
A little more loot. Next up, we have a pedestal, an obelisk, and 1 more chest. Not necessarily in that order, but however you do it. That is the obelisk. Here's the chest. A lot of money, but no loot. And there is the pedestal, which is the first one. Fortunately for us, the second pedestal is right here. So here we have 3 things: a pedestal, a chest, and an obelisk. Pedestal's right here. The chest is up next. Way over here. Doesn't look like much. And the obelisk. So now we portal to New Sorpical. Still have time on our fly spell. And we have 2 horseshoes over in this direction. Plus the obelisk. 1, 2, obelisk. And now we're headed off to Iron Fist. Now it's Monday and we go to Iron Fist. Here all we have to do, turn in the shield and get the pilgrimage. And then we're off to Freehaven after that. There we go. And we get to keep the shield. Now, well, we kept the shield last time. I don't mind. I was just going to throw the shield on the ground anyway, so that kind of saves us a little bit of time, and I'm okay with that. But now I have to go pick up the pilgrimage for February. which is intelligence and mist. A super easy one we can just go grab. But first, we go to Freehaven. So, what we have to do here is pick up a stonecutter and a carpenter, meaning our windmaster and our gatemaster have to go for just a little bit.
How are you?
And stonecutter, just like that. Drop them off, and now we have to find a windmaster. There he is,
Greetings and salutations.
Ash the windmaster. Hire him on, and the gatemaster is static.
Greetings.
Right here. Just like that. Alright, and we're off to turn in those quests that we just picked up. And funny enough, we actually still have access to our fly spell. So let's turn in the End Winter quest. And then turn in the Priest Promotion quest. There's the first one. And we're gonna get cursed again, but that's okay. Wow, that is the first time I think I've ever not been cursed crossing that mountain. We're now priests. We can pick up the quest while we're here. Why not? Unfortunately, we can't teleport right now, so we have to burn one day. From here, we go to Mist. And this will let us get the pilgrimage and the obelisk. Maybe could have already grabbed those things, but the exact timeline isn't terribly important, and if you're not worried at all about in-game time, you can pretty safely ignore most of this and just hit all the bullet points. It's not terribly time sensitive, outside of like 2 quests, maybe. But with that completed, we need to burn one more day. And we go to Bootleg Bay next. Bootleg Bay, and we have to fly all the way back up north again. And that's gonna let us use that pedestal. Right there. There we go. Now we go back to Freehaven, and we have 2 things to do this time. Firstly, is to turn in the Cavalier quest. Or I guess to do the Cavalier quest first, and then turn it in. But then after we turn that in, we're going to be flying to the south to Bootleg Bay, to Mire of the Damned. And in Mire of the Damned, we're going to place, we're going to do the pedestal, and then fly directly west. And that'll let us turn in the last pedestal. There we go. And now we fly to the south. Mire of the Damned. And we're going to pick up some more food while we're here. This probably has a better way to min-max food. That's totally cool. But this is the way that we're doing it. But we're just here to drop off this one thing. We don't particularly want that chest. There's not likely to be anything good in it. This is a relatively low to early mid-game area, so I'm just not concerned with that. There's another chest in the backside of Darkmoor that also has things and stuff, but not super necessary. This is what we're here for. And the last pedestal. This is where the bulk of all of our everything is coming from. And this is going to play an important part in just a little bit.
Uh-oh.
So just take all that noise and we'll figure it out later. Now we're off to Silver Cove again. Okay. So now we can pick up these two quests. And we're doing them more or less concurrently. I don't know for a fact that it is actually time sensitive to do the stables quest, but we're gonna try to do it as fast as possible anyway. So let's see here. So Neutorpical is the first one that we're gonna be doing. And unfortunately, that is going to cost us 1 day. Now we go to Iron Fist. Fix those prices. Freehaven is up next. There's 2 places here. We have either the west or the east, and then either the west or the east. Which is another way of saying we have to go both east and west. And we have 10 days before we need to be back in Silver Cove. So Darkmoor is up next. And that has never happened before. That's a new one for me. I've never seen that. So now we go to Whitecap. And we have just a little bit of time. Fix the prices here, and now we travel to the west. Now here, a few important things happen. We fix the prices. Secondly, we evenly distribute this. Now it has 2 more uses, but we're not going to do that right now. I want to keep it even. And it's March 20th. So we need to go to Silver Cove. We have 0 time to waste on this one. It's the day of. We talk to this guy, and that's 1 more quest completed without having to actually do anything. Just like that. And if you have druids, then now they're a little bit stronger. Because for now, we need to burn a day. Cast Town Portal and go to Blackshire. So here, turn in the pedestal quest.
How are you?
And we can take these things. You're not holding a bow, so you can take that. And the rest of this stuff can just get shoved into wherever we can fit it in. Make sure we grab those guys, fix those prices, and we probably could have saved 1 more day with a beacon, but I'm not too worried about it. Back to Silver Cove. Turn in this quest. So that's 25,000 more gold. Alright. And we don't have a teleport available right now. So let's go ahead and just burn another day. While we're here, fill our packs. And it's Tuesday. So we have 1 day to spare. We go to Mist. We did already get intelligence. Yes, we already got intelligence. We sold the pilgrimage for this month, and this month is getting close to over. And pick all those quests up, it'll be okay. And we burn one more day. Just like that. And that puts us at Wednesday. It takes 2 days to be the 26th. And we can work with that. Personality, Silver Cove. Let me grab this guy. And we don't have a teleport out. So we will just have to kind of run. We'll take a sword and a stone. If you get lucky and can get those, no harm picking them up. Burn one more day. And now we want to cast Town Portal and go to New Sorpical. Electric, because of course it is. Ooh, as it would turn out,
I don't know.
we cannot carry another set of armor. In a way, it's kind of good luck, because we shouldn't be getting much more gear, if any. Wow, they were all electric. That is some terrible luck. But we need to drop off the Windmaster. There we go. So now we can identify all of our gear. And if you were to sell all this stuff, there's a lot of really good things. We would certainly come out the other side incredibly well off. But the issue is, if you sell it right now, we won't get the full price for it, and that's why we kept the Gate Master. But we go to Freehaven, and in Freehaven, there's a duper and a merchant, which will give you a collective 14 points to your merchant skill. That is the merchant, and dismiss the Gate Master. And when we take them on, we can sell all of our garbage.
Closed.
We can sell it all in 1 hour. Once again, I'm not actually playing this party,
Well,
so I'm just going to sell everything, but the takeaway is that we got a lot of relics and artifacts and things like that, and generally we're just pretty powerful. Your gear and things will vary, so the exact specifics here, not terribly important, so don't get hung up on the specifics. Yeah, see, we're selling this stuff for a pretty good price. If we had our own merchant skill, it'd be a little bit better. Not a huge deal. There we go. And a few more things to sell. Divine Intervention, Dark Containment, we want to keep those. And a little bit of inventory Tetris. Funny enough, I don't think we actually found a dagger anywhere. But with all the money we have, we can find a dagger. That's not a problem.
I don't know.
Alright. Now while we still have the duper and the merchant, go ahead and do our level ups, and it looks like everything worked out perfectly. It put us at level 22, 23. 23 it is. There we go. Level 23. And we can go ahead and drop them off because we don't need them. So there we go. It takes a while to do the whole thing, and I get that. In real time, it was about an hour and a half or so, but our stats are very well established. For the most part, we have good gear, even if something's not identified, and your gear will vary. Once again, the point here that I'm showing you is that if you have like the averaged out gear type things, it's pretty set up.
There's nothing I can do for you.
Access to relics, high level gear, all around is so much better than it would be if you didn't have any of that. And to recontextualize this kind of thing, out the gate, you're looking at being able to have 16 in skills, instant master, and a ton of different stuff, you know. Immediately powerful before even going into the very first dungeon. We didn't fight a single monster. We're level 23. Technically, about half the game is over, but that's irrelevant. And our gear's good. So there you go. That is how I start the game. I hope you found this helpful, and if you did, I would appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. If you don't, it's probably safe to just check back. You know, later on, I'll keep making videos on things. There will be a part 2 for this. That's kind of the extension of this whole thing that takes it one step farther if you really, really want to just cheese the game before it even starts. Because this route was designed to end in April, and that's what I'm going to leave it off on. So thank you all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you